Subscribe to the Donnie Houston podcast, man.
Yo, it's B Song. We're here at the Donnie Houston podcast. Make sure you check it out.
Yeah, man, it's going down this Donnie Houston podcast. I am Donnie Houston. Check it out, man. You know, this is a place for all things H-Town, you know what I'm saying? So it's only right I bring in today's guest. If you ever been in Houston, you ever visited Houston, you ever came down leaving the airport, you know what I'm saying, coming into the city, you see that big old Big Someone sign, you know what I'm saying, coming down 45, and you know, it's one person that's behind that, man. He's here today, you know what I'm saying, my boy, man, Be Someone. What's going down?
Hey, what's going down, everybody?
Chilling. You ain't got to lean into it. It's going to catch you, so you good.
Okay, cool.
Man, what's the deal, bro?
Not much, man. I'm here to talk.
For sure. So, okay, what you got going on right now?
Right now, I just came from a little spot where I was tattooing a little bit. I was trying to practice a little bit of tattooing. I ain't never done it before, so that's what I was doing. But mainly,
is that the next thing for you?
Maybe. Yeah. I like to dib and dabble, so I might do that for a little bit. See how it goes, see if I like it enough, and then I'll continue. But mainly what I do keep up with is the jewelry, the clothing, and the painting. That's like the thing that I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Like you say, the shirt, you got the Be Someone chain on. You
That's right. You got the little chain. It's on here.
We can do a quick pub real quick if they want to get any of this stuff. What's the website for that?
It's besomeoneco.com. And my Instagram is BeSomeone, so that's like the simplest one. You can find me at BeSomeone, just the way it's spelled, BeSomeone. And we also got my cousin and then my brother that's on there. And they're part of the crew too, you know. Without them, it doesn't happen. So,
for sure.
So you can check us out on Instagram and check our website.
For sure. Bro, talk about, because when you say Be Someone, how do you even come up with this? Because it's such a simple statement, but it's such a powerful statement. You know what I'm saying? Where does that even come from?
So Be Someone came from, graduating high school, going into college.
What high school did you go to? You can't say that?
Yeah, I guess I can. I went to Brook.
Okay. Cool.
So around that time, I was already doing a little bit of graffiti because of my brother. But I was transitioning into something else, which was college. So I was thinking, I can't be writing my regular name, which I was writing Blob, B-L-O-B. And that didn't mean anything anymore. So I had to redirect. And when I redirect...
You said B-L-O-B?
B-L-O-B, like a blob of paint.
So that was your name?
Yeah, gotcha. That's what I was rocking with.
Gotcha.
And I really like to I kept the B. So I was just thinking and just going through life at the moment. And I was like, you know what? I want to be someone. I want to go out there and do things. Like, man, maybe I should write that, you know? It was that simple. It was like, maybe I should write that. Maybe I should transition from Blob to Be Someone. And at first it was a little weird because it's like all my friends were like, dude, that's 9 letters. Like, that's a lot of letters to write when you're in the graffiti world. Usually you keep like a 4-letter word or a 5-letter word, 6 max. So they're like, dude, you're 3 over. And I was like, nah, it's cool. I think that'll be fun, you know? I think it'll be tight. So I ended up writing it. So I stuck with it, you know? I just ended up writing Be Someone. So I let go of Blob and I started writing Be Someone. So I started tagging just little spots everywhere, you know? Just slowly getting into it. And I was like, okay, trying to get my letter styles for the name. So, that's how I basically picked Be Someone, you know?
No shit. Okay, so what's the idea to say, I'm going to go put this on this bridge? And when was the first year you did that? Because it's been up there since forever.
Okay, so I was tagging. It was a whole year before I even saw that spot. And what
type of spots you tagging before? Just regular,
just like bathrooms, signs, in the streets, you know, light posts, you know, simple stuff. But when we saw the overpass, I was like, dude, that's the spot, you know, because as a graffiti writer and you know, most graffiti writers in my perspective, they see the city as a grid, you know, so you kind of see layouts and you kind of see it as, okay, this little spot looks cool, maybe I could fit the name there, or this other spot might get really good eyes on it, you know. It'll just show more, or it'll look cool, or you can do a certain letter a different way, just the way it looks or the space you got. So when we saw the overpass, I was like, man, that's a dope spot. That's just right in your face. And I was just driving with my cousin, and I was like, hey, dude, I think that's
what year is this? Do you remember?
Probably like I think it was like 2012 when we did it on the bridge. So I started 2011, and then 2012 is when we actually hit the bridge.
So 2012. Okay, tell me about, because I'm assuming you do this at nighttime.
Correct.
Tell me about that night when you was like, all right, we finna go over on this. And had you done anything of that magnitude as far as that height and, you know what I'm saying, that type of danger? Because I would imagine that shit kind of dangerous, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's the most dangerous spot we've been into, just because of the active train there and the amount of traffic that goes by. But yeah, that I just told my cousin when we were driving by. I told him that's the spot I want to hit. Obviously, the day came where I was like, it's time to go, and he's like, all right, you ready? So we ended up taking like bags of paint, buckets of paint, rollers, because we didn't know how it was gonna go down. He just said, my cousin was like, let's just check it out, and I was like, yeah, let's check it out, but I want to take everything. So we took everything, and we didn't end up using the spray paint, which we lost a bag of spray paint because of the train. That's when we found out like how often the train passed by. So it was like, oh damn, we got to be careful, you know. So yeah, midway, I'd say the train passed by, and then it took some of our paint, but luckily the paint bucket was still there with the roller, so we were able to actually finish, you know, the very first B one we ever did up there.
Y'all did that with a roller?
Roller. It's roller from the top.
How long does it take to do that?
It varies, but like the original one I think took like an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Have you gotten faster over time?
Yeah, faster, but not really, because I'm getting older, so you get slower, you know. But it's really just the variables. It's like, how often is the train going to pass by? Are you safe at the moment? Is there anybody around you? You know, false alarms when police are there, you know, stuff like that.
When did you notice, like, okay, this is a thing? Like, when do you first get that inclination of like, people are noticing this, and not like, really not like it's a big deal, everybody taking pictures, it's a thing, you know?
I think it took about 4 years for it to actually like be recognized, you know. Because in the beginning, I mean, I've always thought it was cool. I've always thought it was dope. Like, since the beginning until this day, I think it's one of the coolest things ever. You know what I mean? Whether that's from me or not, like, I just think it's one of the dopest things that could exist. But for other people to notice and take pride in it, and for people to embrace it and be like, yeah, that's our shit, that's Houston, probably took like 4 years, I think.
And so who was the first people? What was the first times you felt like, man, I'm like a part of the city now? Like,
maybe when I think people started buying more of the clothes that I was dropping, you know, and that's when I really felt some type of presence of people really wanting to rock with what we're doing.
So people just find your account and it's like, oh, it's the bridge guy. Oh, you know.
Correct. Yeah. That's kind of how it went down. I mean, Instagram was a big role in that, because I mean, photos were a thing at the time. You know, now it's all video, but photos were a thing at the time. So anybody that took a photo of the bridge, it was posted up on the hashtag and you could check it out. So I think it started as like a little domino effect, where it was one photo, another photo, and then thousands of photos, you know. So I think that gave it brand recognition and gave it more of a wider audience, even if you didn't drive by it. You know, people were able to see it online and like feel it with just photos.
So within that first 4 years, did you have any issues of anybody like trying to repaint it or take it down or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. There's one time where somebody put else after it. It read be someone, and then they put else, but that didn't last long. I mean, that lasted for a day. At the time we were on it, we were like, next day, like, it's got to be right. So we were on top of our game at the time. So nothing like that rode forever. It was just like, next day, let's take care of it, you know? You know, we wanted to hold ourselves true to it and made sure that it wasn't tampered with. Even if it was, like, we still wanted to take care of it and make sure it was good.
But then you started having like issues about that though. Like, talk about some of the problems that came with, you know, creating this great thing that the city, you know, now loves and embraces, you know?
I don't know if there's a lot of problems besides getting in trouble with the law.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when does that start to happen for you? This is after the notoriety of it, like
getting caught up there.
Oh, you got caught out there. So how does that go? They like, wait, freeze, stop. They try to give you tickets. You go to jail for this shit. Like, what's the?
Yeah, we went to jail. We spent a couple of days in jail, and we had to fight a case and all that. You know, it was.
How long ago was this?
I think it was. I've gotten caught twice, but 2017 was the main one, where I had to go through the case and everything and fight it and all. So 2017. So what was that? Like 5 years after. 5 years after starting it, actually started to become a little like all eyes on the bridge type of shit. So Yeah, we got in trouble.
Oh shit! So I mean, but over time, like, how does that work today though? Because I mean, you've had the people come up there, they come hating this and that. Has anybody at this point like embraced it to where it's like, man, just let him do his thing? This is.
I don't think they can really say that. There might be like some type of love in the sense of like unknown, you know, where
Unspoken, yeah. It's just
unspoken, where it's like they give us some love and they let us. They might. I don't know. I really have no clue to the answer, but to that question, I have no clue to that question. But yeah, I mean, they might. I don't know. You know, just being caught up there, it let me know that it's serious. But at the same time, the amount of love we've gotten outweighs that. You know what I mean?
Is that what? So what's the legal thing with that? Like, what is the issue with that thing? I mean, I know you can't just.
That's Union Pacific's property.
Gotcha.
It's private property.
Gotcha.
You know, because if it was Houston's, at some point somebody started a petition.
I remember that. This was like a year or two ago, right?
Probably
within the last 3 years for sure.
It kind of floats around, you know. It surfaces here and there. So, and they had a lot of signatures and everything, but they have to get Union Pacific on board. You know what I mean? There might be a way, but it's got to be done just right. You know what I mean? It's got to be that Goldilocks. It's just right.
Yeah.
And we don't have no clue how to do that. You know what I mean? But as far as putting it in the city, I mean, there's definitely opportunities for that. So if for some reason it's gone from the bridge, we could always move it.
And what's crazy too, you got people. Shout out to G6. You got people who will get to beat someone tats. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, did you think when you started this that it was ever gonna become this thing?
No, not at all, man. Not at all. It was just like planting a seed. You know what I mean? You didn't know if it was gonna sprout or not. You know what I mean? It was just watering it every day, having fun with it, just out of pure love, you know. And I think that's why it's been so successful too, because it's true to the core. You know.
Have there been other people, because it's like you literally brought something, you know, nothing to something, you know what I'm saying, as far as like finding this space. Have there been other, you know, graffiti artists that have come by and kind of on some hate and trying to like get your real estate, if you will, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's always going to be that. You know, graffiti has that culture where people can go over you, you know what I mean? Maybe not so much now, but definitely in the 80s, that was like that. You know, you were beefing, you were tagging over people. But I chose to go a different lane. I didn't really want to go that route, you know what I mean? I wanted to stay in my own lane, and I wanted to create my own lane. And I think we did a pretty good job at that.
Most definitely, yeah. So you have multiple, you know, B-some-ones around the city, right? But the bridge is just the main one.
Yeah, Bridge is the one that's well recognized. You know, everybody knows. If you're from H-Town, you know Be Someone, and you know people come to see it too. So, but yeah, we have other spaces. Like we have, I do a lot more restaurants and canvas painting now. But
are you doing the Be Someone, or is it just art, whatever art they want you?
Yeah, it's Be Someone. I mean, most of the time that when people are asking me to paint, it's to put Be Someone, and that's a privilege as an artist. You know what I mean? It's awesome to be able to know that people are seeking that part of my art. You know what I mean? And then I can add to it. I can twist. I can do little things. Like I did this pizza piece recently for a good buddy of mine, and he owns a pizza shop, and I put the Be Someone bridge in there, but it's like more in a box, and then it still got the pepperonis. You know, it's got the city in there, like just different things. It's not just a bridge. You know what I mean? Yeah. But we build off of the bridge, and that's what's cool. That's kind of our foundation.
Are there any relationships you've had where you like, man, just off the strength of me doing this thing, like, nah, I'm connected to this person, that person, like?
Oh, definitely. Our network expanded big. I mean, a lot of H-Town legends that you know we respect.
That's how I met you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they gave us love, man, and I couldn't be happier. You know, that's an amazing thing to have. Just to be like, hey, man, you got the key to the city. That's awesome. Come with us. You know, and it's like, hell yeah, man. Thank y'all for bringing me along. You know.
Do you think that you're gonna have to remain because people probably watching this like, man, what's up with this shirt, man? Like, what's up with this? Are you gonna have to remain a mystery forever, or do you want to remain a mystery forever?
It's more of like
if it becomes a thing where it's not about legally and being, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I think the whole mask thing and everything. Like, I started with it because I didn't want to get in trouble, but I've been in trouble before. It's just part of like, I don't want my face to be on social media like that. It's not really about me. It's about the brand and what it means. You know what I mean? It's like I want to remove my face from there. Yeah, I understand that I might be a spokesperson for it, or I might be the forefront of the creativeness, but it's not really about me. Like every single piece and every single person in the crew and around us and just in general in Houston that puts us in the right spot is creating an avenue for the brand. So why would I just put it all on myself? You know what I mean? It's really about all of us. That's how I want to portray it. You know what I mean? Whether you believe that or not, but I believe it that way.
Yeah, definitely. I know. And this is before we get out of here. I know. It started as just like, this is my tag. I just want to, put my name on this place. But now it means so much to so many people. If you had to say, listen, this is what the Be Someone is all about, well, how would you define that?
I guess my definition would be go out and be the person you've always wanted to be, because we create this idea of who we want to become and who we want to, what we want to achieve in life. At least in my eyes, it's like, if you're really out here trying to get it and you're trying to be someone, it's like you're thinking about how you're gonna make it, and that pure moment of you trying to do that, that's what it is. It's like you're getting up, you're doing it, you're making it happen, and I think that's my definition. It's like, who are you gonna be out in this world? How are you gonna portray that? Who are you gonna add to society, or are you just gonna take? You know what I mean? And I feel like most people that are grinders and want to get up and actually choose, hey, I want to go do this for this person, or choose to just get up and want to give back. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's the amazing part about it. And most of those people rock with what we're doing, and we want them on our side. I want to give back. Yeah, we all take, but I want to give back. There's got to be some of that,
Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah. Well, man, dog. Future plans. I know you got merch and all this stuff going on right now, but like, have you thought about that? What's the bigger picture for you?
Yeah, I think right now what we're thinking is, we definitely. I think in the future, I would like a store. But what I'm thinking right now, and this is right now, as in like the last couple of weeks, the last month, we're thinking about doing a cool little pop up, and just to bring that vibe in and let people see it and enjoy it. It's something that you can actually grab, and it's tangible. You know what I mean? So hopefully we can set up a pop-up, maybe rent out a space for like 3 months, and maybe if that goes well, then we move it around the city a little bit. I had a very good, successful art show. It was at the University of Houston, Clear Lake. If it was at U of H downtown, I think it would have been bigger, but it was already big over there. So I'm thinking, if we can take that same blueprint that they gave to us over there and move it into a space closer to the city, I think more people can enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, man, dog, I'm always looking forward to what you got going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Every time shout out my boy Mike. Mike was the first person I seen drive by. One of my partners I went to college with, and he took a picture of it. And I was like, man, next time I pass by, I'm gonna take a picture. You know what I'm saying? That shit became the trend. But yeah, bro, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. Just when I hit you, boys always hit me back. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, man.
Hey, man, Be Someone. Amazing guy, amazing message. You know what I'm saying? Follow him at Be Someone. Check the website out, get some merch, all that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going down, man. Be Someone. I'm Donnie Houston. It's Donnie Houston Podcast. We're up out of here.
Donnie Houston.
Subscribe to the Donnie Houston Podcast, man.